Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Gwent, and today we're going to be playing the new Battle Rush seasonal event, which is an alternate game mode in which we have just 8 seconds to take our turn, and that means we have to play fast. And I think we have just the deck to do it, so let's go check it out. So in the Battle Rush seasonal event, because we have so little time to take our turn, we want to focus on cards that have abilities that trigger automatically at the end of our turn. That way we don't need to worry about rushing to make a bunch of clicks and go through a bunch of animations on such a short turn. And one of the best decks to do that is boosting Northern Realms, because there are so many cards that boost at the end of our turn. And one of the best ways to do that is by using boosting Northern Realms units. So today we're going to be playing a Mobilization Northern Realms deck, though if you're confident in your click speed, you could use Pincer Maneuver instead, which is a little bit more consistent, it just takes longer to do. Using cards like King Foltest, and a Strenger, and Egmund to boost cards at the end of our turn, and then have cards like Tridam Infantry be the targets of those boosts so that we can deal damage in the process. And because King Foltest will also create copies of bronze units, we're going to try to create additional copies of the Blue Stripes Commandos and the Dunn Banners, and in doing so, we can summon all of them from our deck, giving us a lot of units on the playing field and a lot of quick points. And if we do that in round 1, then we can use Princess Pavetta in round 2 or round 3 to get all those cards from our graveyard back into our deck, so that we can play them again. So there's a look at all of the big combos that we're looking for in this deck. Now I'll flip through everything just to show you what we have here. And of course, as always, I will leave the deck list and deck link in the description so you have everything you need right there if you want to get started for yourself. We also have Necromancy in case we do want to, say, get those cards from our graveyard back onto the playing field and maybe we don't have Pavetta. And Reinforcements is another way to create copies of them. So there's a look at the deck, and overall it is very simple. We have a lot of automatic boosting, and in some cases even automatic damage. The trickiest thing is, are we going to have time to try to set up the Blue Stripes Commandos and or Dunn Banner duplication process? Because that will take a few more clicks, which may be tough to do when we only have 8 seconds. But only one way to find out, so let's go try it out. Okay, so go against monsters here, and we'll go first. Alright, no Foltest in our starting hand. That is an issue, so let's get rid of Redanian Knight. And let's maybe get rid of... we may not need double Temerian Drummer. Necromancy, don't really care about you. Reinforcements, not much better. So I think what we're looking to do in this case is we're probably trying to go and a Strenger, or even, let's just start off a little bit simple here with Temerian Drummer, just in case they have a way of removing the first card that we play. Then we'll go and a Strenger, and then we'll get a bunch of Tridam Infantries out there as well. Okay. Harpy Egg, in theory, they're looking to consume or destroy. Now let's go and a Strenger. Okay, but they're gonna, yeah, use this to move her. So that is a bit unfortunate, because that would have been a nice little double boosting pocket in which to put the Tridam Infantry, which is what we wanted to do. But, we may now need to more or less abandon Enda Strenger unless we use our Crystal Skull on her, but I think that might be a bit of a lost cause. So let's go with this here, and settle for a not as powerful set of boosting. Yeah, and, well, they're just going all out on the Frost, it seems. That'll bring out their Winter Queen. Yeah, so Enda Strenger down, as we might have expected. Now let's go create a copy of, well... actually, let's play Kerrack City Guard, because that will get boosted every turn. Okay, Unel Conquer, basically just 7 points and Veil. So now what we can do is we can create a copy of the Temerian Drummer, get you boosted up, and let's maybe just Crystal Skull you. I don't really think we have a better option for that at the moment. Okay, Wild Hunt Bruiser, again, they have not only the Frost, but more importantly the damage, or rather the movement, which does definitely disrupt things for us. We can put down the Reinforced Trebuchet in this range row, which is, maybe now that there are a couple units out there, a little more palatable. And they're just gonna go super aggressively on leader ability as well, and they were not quick enough to play anything there, interestingly. That is the downside of using your leader ability, and... Ooh. The question here is Donimir enough? And I'm not necessarily sure he is by himself, but with all this boosting, if they don't play anything, then we'll have that automatic boosting on the end of our next turn, and that would be enough, so they are at least required to play something here. Ooh. We have an answer for Yrden. We would have, had you not done anything to reinforce Trebuchet, but that's a tough one. Margarita plus Mobilization, I don't necessarily think is enough. I think we have to pass here. So it means they'll take round 1. Alright, and we got Pavetta, but she's mostly for our Blue Stripes Commandos plus Dunn Banner combo. And she's not so relevant here because we didn't do that in round 1. But okay, Foltest is big. That's what we really want. And they're going for it, or at least seem to be, in round 2. Do have dominance when they play that card first, so let's go with Foltest here. And we're risking that this could potentially be a little bit of overcommitment, but it is also something that does give us some long-term value, some carryover even, if we do manage to create some copies of the Blue Stripes Commandos. Okay, on El Conquer, I mean, I'm actually pleased to see that they are continuing to play here. Because that gives us more time to do this, which is exactly what we want. Now we're creating copies of the Blue Stripes Commandos in our deck. The Apiarian Phantom does have some decent long-term value, and unfortunately it is failed, so we can't just lock it. But we can reset it with Yrden, which might be what we opt to do here. Let's go Temerian Drummer, and let's Blue Stripes Commando. We also definitely don't want to play Pavetta. So in some ways, we're looking at wanting this round to end soon. We're running out of cards that we're willing to play. Hard Geth, more Frost. We can lock you. We might go that route. I think we probably do. Let's lock you. Let's summon you. And ideally, we should even create a copy of the Blue Stripes Commandos using our Mobilization. Because that is largely what that's there for, and that'll make Pavetta more powerful for future round. They have Keltullus now. They're going into range row. You're obviously not using Keltullus. It's tempting to pass, but I'm not sure we can afford to do so. Let's create this copy. Let's use this, and then let's play Geralt here. Well, okay, I wasn't actually quick enough to do that, but shouldn't matter too much. Mostly just wanted to make sure that we did not play Pavetta. Otherwise, that would have totally messed us up for round 3. But okay, so we're on even cards here, going into round 3. And we have set ourselves up for a lot of Blue Stripes Commandos. The thing is, we need a way to get them out of our deck. So we really need Amphibious Assault here. Alright, and no Amphibious Assault, although we do have Erland, which is potentially our next best option. Obviously, it doesn't do the same thing, but there's Amphibious Assault. Okay, so this is fantastic. This is probably exactly what we want. Alright, and if we go first, what we want to do is first we want to play Pavetta. And we want to get all these Blue Stripes Commandos back into our deck. So it's up to 16, which is why Erland is so good, is because now with a bunch more cards in our deck, he's suddenly stronger. Okay, Red Riders, more Frost. Let's go Erland now. Then next turn we'll use Amphibious Assault. We want to make sure that we give ourselves time to actually use the order ability on those Blue Stripes Commanders, otherwise that will backfire big time on us. It means we're not going to have much time for Egmund to do much of anything, but that's the least important thing to optimize here. Okay, Karanthir, what are you creating a copy of? Well, that doesn't really work. Okay, so now we do this, and we get out a Blue Stripes Commando, and it's highly boosted. So, I mean, if you have, say, a base Geralt, you could destroy it altogether. If you do, then we'll just activate Erland's ability. If not, then we'll summon all of them. And no, it's just Osrel. Understandably, you have Yrden, so presumably that's what you're going to consume here. But I don't think that's going to be enough, because you didn't stop the Blue Stripes Commandos. So here they come. Then we do have room for Egmund. Oh, we'll activate this. And then I suppose we'll deal some damage as well. That was definitely not the target I clicked on. Alright, it's Werewolf. That's nowhere near enough for them to catch up. So we'll take the win on the back of the Blue Stripes Commandos. Alright, so going in Scoia'tael here. And we'll go first. And we have Foltest, we have Dunn Banner. That's a big combo. We even have Pavetta that we'll save for round 2 or round 3. Let's see. Other than that, then, why don't we swap out maybe a Tridam Infantry? And this works. Maybe Necromancy as well. Sure. Alright, so what we want to do is let's go King Foltest first. And let's make sure we use this on you, our tactic, to give you the Veil, so you can't get locked. Okay, that's a trap, which is a little bit problematic. Let's deliberately play a card that we aren't too worried about, like, say, maybe a Trebuchet. In case this gets destroyed, because it will. Yeah. Just wanted to make sure that we didn't go with the Dunn Banner there, because we need this card. Okay, well, there's going to be a lot of traps, by the looks of things. What's the next card we're willing to potentially sacrifice? Maybe... How about... Temerian Drummer? Yep, that's fine. Again, just as long as it's not Dunn Banner. Okay, now that'll deal some damage. That's not going to be enough damage to destroy King Foltest, so should be fine going with this here. This is the combo we're looking for, because it will get all of our Dunn Banners out there, and it will create more copies of them every turn. Okay, so yeah, sure, it's fine if you damage some of them. We have enough out there that you're not going to be able to destroy all of them, even if you use this ability here. So now let's go and... I mean, we could even... I might even want to play Donimir here. I mean, we want to give ourselves a lot of space in this row, so we have as much room as possible to get these Dunn Banners out there, because they will keep on coming out. Okay, Megascope, what are you creating a copy of? The Pyrotechnician? I mean, it's not going to be the Dwarven Skirmisher. Okay, so yeah, you do get rid of one of the Dunn Banners. That's fine. Get Knickers out. Okay, tell you what. Let's go Erland. And again, I'm just going to hide him behind Donimir because he does not have immunity when we play him this early. Oh, ideally, would have gone with Mobilization as well. I would like to pass, yeah. Because this, the benefit of this setup here is that because you don't need to use any orders to activate this combo, you can pass early, and you will keep on printing these Dunn Banners and still summon them to the playing field. Alright, so what we're really looking for here is, since we can bring back the Dunn Banners with Pavetta, we then need a way to get them back into our hand. So that would mean Amphibious Assault is the thing we're really looking for. We didn't get it yet. We are a card down. I think we probably do Dry Pass here. And we're hoping that we can find Amphibious Assault going into round 3. And they'll just play a throwaway card, of course. Okay, no Amphibious Assault yet. That is a problem. So let's see if we can do something about it. Ah, we did not get it. That is a problem indeed. Okay. So, in that case, Pavetta is suddenly not nearly as relevant. So let's instead focus on maybe going first with something that can tank this Pyrotechnician. Let's go Kerrack City Guard, maybe. So that'll get boosted up to a 5 now. Then we'll want to get Temerian Drummer plus Tridam Infantry. We can still do some things with the Blue Stripes Commando. We do still have copies of that in our deck. A copy of it in our deck. Yeah, so there's the damage we were expecting. Now let's go... Probably do this in the range row. Just to get you a little bit more boosted up so you're not as vulnerable. Okay, that's probably the card we're going to want to lock. Using Margarita. Because you are going to be pretty big here. So let's do that. And we'll see if they have any purification. Okay, Necromancy, well, if they have it, they're probably looking for it right now. No, it's Novigradian Justice. For damage, okay. Now, getting Tridam Infantry down there is not going to be that good if they have all this armor. But, we'll go for it now. Alright, and That's their defender. I'm not really sure we wanted to target anything specifically. I mean, we do have Heatwave. Good Heatwave defender. But now let's go... I guess we get the damage, or we even... Reinforcements on you, and then... okay. Wrong order of operations. Should have been Mobilization first on Temerian Drummer, then... Or rather, yeah. Mobilization on Temerian Drummer, then reinforcements on Tridam Infantry, because this will automatically spawn in the last spot in this row. What are you going to give us out here, Egmund? I mean, that also would have been a preferable place for that Tridam Infantry, so unfortunate, but let's at least get someone out here to get boosted from Egmund. Yeah, this is going to turn into basically a silly, pointless 4-provision, or 4-card unit. Okay, so this we would like to Heatwave. Unfortunately, he's going to be hiding behind the defender on your next turn, so we're going to have to wait a turn to make that happen. Let's see. So now let's go, probably, you. Do this. Get you out. And, yeah, I mean, we really should Mobilization on somebody. And it really should be Temerian Drummer. It's just that we have to get the order of operations right, and it takes a little bit of time to make it happen. So, we go here, do that, and then now we'd like to Heatwave you. And of course, we have a Yrden, which will be pretty big for their back row, because they did a fair bit of boosting there. Pavetta is basically just a 6-strength card and not much else. They should probably move the Reinforced Trebuchet. Okay. I guess that works too. Let's go with you. And we'll bring back the Dunn Banners that we unfortunately did not get away to bring back out onto the playing field. And so worth a mention that I chose not to use Pince Maneuver because I thought that it would be too time-consuming to pull that off when we have such a short turn. It is more consistent because in this situation you would be able to bring the Dunn Banners out. So that would have worked in this case. Mobilization, we didn't play it very well this time around, but it does give you additional copies of the units that you're trying to create copies of. So in terms of maximum points, it is better, but it is far less consistent. And it didn't matter this time. We still managed to pull it off. But that is the risk you take with it. Alright, so going against monsters here. And they'll go first. Alright, and we have Amphibious Assault. That's big. We have a Dunn Banner that's also big. We'd like to have Foltest, though, if possible. And we got him. Okay, so this is huge. Let's maybe stick with what we have here. Actually swap out the Trebuchet, but I think we'll settle. So we want to make sure we don't accidentally draw into a second Dunn Banner. Alright, Werecat. Is this going to be Thrive? Looks like it may be. Could also be damage. I mean, there's no... That is strange. Okay, let's go Foltest first. Try to go melee row so we're avoiding its damage. Why would you lead off with Werecat, where you don't have anything to damage, and then use your Tacticon to get it boosted so you can't trigger Thrive? That just seems silly. They might be able to destroy this, which does make me a little concerned. Okay, just gonna be a lot of bleeding. But we should still have time to at least make this start happening. That is, of course, what we're looking for here. And we could Mobilization on that Dunn Banner to get more copies of it. Not necessarily sure we need that yet. Let's see. Okay, Noon Wraith. Largely just a point slam, unless they're actually trying to spawn a bunch of rats on our side, which would actually slow us down if it does manage to happen in that melee row. Let's maybe get out... go Amphibious Assault here to get you. I'd like for this to be range row. Our turn ended, so I couldn't choose where I wanted it to go. Of course, this creates space in the melee row, or it takes space in the melee row, which means less room for the Dunn Banners, which is why I didn't want it to go there. I mean, if anything, putting it next to King Foltest to keep him alive would have been preferable. Or just putting it in the range row. I wanted to make it so that we could boost up our Tridam Infantries. We can still end a Strenger. Yes, we will. Again, just gonna try to set this up for this row here, even though obviously at the moment it doesn't have anyone to boost. But this is our combo we're looking for, is Foltest plus Dunn Banners, and they have not done anything to try to stop us. We've, if anything, just held ourselves back a little bit. So, this has some carryover value, assuming that we can Pavetta to get them back in round 2 or 3. Okay. Yeah, so now what we do is we pass, and we win on even cards here, which is very helpful. And we continue creating additional Dunn Banners. We just want to make sure we can get them back into our deck and get them from our deck onto the playing field. Those are the 2 key things that we need to make sure we can still do. Alright, and we got a second Blue Stripes Commando. Let's definitely dump one of them. We'd like either... Well, we'd like Pavetta, basically, is the answer. Or, actually, Necromancy could work as well. That's a backup plan, if we don't end up getting her. We are on even cards here. So, we could... No... think... Let's just go Reinforced Trebuchet. And we'll see. This could just be a throwaway card. If it feels like we have a chance to make this work in this round, then we'll go for it, but... No, I don't think so. Why would you play that in the range row? Why would you do that? I think we just pass here. Give them round 2, or, I mean, we could try to... Sure, we'll try to bleed a little bit. Vi! What? No indication that they were a Vi deck in round 1. And, they just leave it out there. So you know what? Goodbye. Okay, more Thrive. They do have a lead here. But if we go Blue Stripes Commando, then next turn we can summon ours, one that's still in our deck, onto the playing field. That's a decent play. Except they... What? They don't have Devotion? It does absolutely nothing? Okay, so this is where we... I guess we go Egmund. Trigger this, and then this is probably going to be the last play that we want to make in this round. Because, they are falling behind here. Why you would play Endriga Larva near the end of the round, I don't know. They still haven't passed us here. They'll use Woodland Spirit, and at least that will trigger Thrive. And we have, what? 2 damage and a boost here, so we'll be on even strength. Could be 22 apiece. Oh, except... Oh, that's actually terrible. That is... Of all the cards we could have gotten summoned, this is the one that we absolutely needed. So, that's a problem for round 3, but they are struggling to catch up with us in round 2. So I think we're just going to be relying on our card advantage to get the job done here, and not so much on getting our Dunn Banners back. So it's looking like the answer is just that the bleed is going to do the trick. I mean, that was also a Lusty that didn't do anything. They just threw away their last card as well. Alright, so that means we have a 3-card advantage for round 3 here. Let's get rid of Redanian Knight and lock something. I mean, sure. Probably use reinforcements to create a copy of Kerrack City Guard. That's probably fine. I mean, Erland, well, probably not enough cards to make that all that worthwhile. Potentially Yrden fishing for that might have been nice. We even have units to get with Amphibious Assault. We do. Okay, keep more Worker. Don't really have a source of damage for it. So let's just go Kerrack City Guard first here, and then maybe Mobilization this, that we can get the boosting happening as early as possible. Okay, well, we'll see if you have a way to destroy any of these, but at the moment, or at the end of this turn, we won't have anything that is at 4 strength. Also, we can just lock you. Okay, Unseen Elder, well, we know they don't have Devotion. It's a big card, but it doesn't really have enough time to do its thing, and also we have Veil. So, sure, we'll just throw some of these out there. We'll throw one of these out there, or I guess a Redanian Knight. And then Unseen Elder will continue to try to hit us with bleed when it doesn't really affect us at all. And we'll finish off with our Donimir. And like I said, ultimately, we didn't get the Pavetta we were looking for in round 3. We, in fact, actually got it summoned when we took out Goliath. So we couldn't use our big combo in round 3, but with that big card advantage, more than enough to take care of business. So there's a look at a Northern Realms deck that uses a lot of boosting and unit summoning in this Battle Rush seasonal event to great effect. If you liked the video, then make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and leave a comment down below to let me know which other cards, archetypes, and factions you'd like us to experiment with next. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you next time.